14 teams make the playoffs in the NFL. Obviously, 2 teams are left to play in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's the stupid Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
So there's 12 other teams left. Shout out to Northland Math. CBS said, all right, let's rank these 12 teams. Drew just came in.
Double bird.
Nice work, Drew.
I like it.
The 12 teams that are left, CBS put them in what they call their order of teams that can be in the Super Bowl as soon as 2026. Let's start at number 12. No, it's not the Denver Broncos, who were the last seed in the AFC. It's actually the team that was right in front of them at 6 with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
CBS says the Steelers have the least chance to get to the Super Bowl in 2026, and they're exactly right.
Yeah, they're completely right. They don't have a quarterback.
Right.
And they have a coach in Mike Tomlin that has to prove it's more than just getting above 500. And I appreciate Mike Tomlin, and I certainly respect Mike Tomlin. But when you basically fall apart once you get the 9 wins, like you can't say it's anything but when you haven't won a playoff game in 6 years.
Yep.
In a team that it's like Super Bowls. That's what you're known for.
Yeah.
They haven't won one since 43. They haven't been there since 45. Brother, it's Super Bowl 59.
Damn, dude.
Licks,
wow.
as you like to say.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I was just thinking about, too? Mike Tomlin's me in high school. Of like, oh, so I already have a B, and even if I fail the final, I can't get worse than a C minus? Guess who's not showing up for the final, right? That's what Mike Tomlin does.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great point there.
Yep.
All right, so number 11, here's where we get to the Denver Broncos.
Wait, 11?
11.
Whoa,
so CBS says,
whoa.
We'll talk about all of them, but Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Los Angeles, Houston, I got a problem with that one. The Chargers, the Bills, the Ravens, the Packers, and the Lions, and then number 1 would be the Commanders, sorry, Kevin, all have better chances to get to the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 60 than
Where's
the Denver
Buffalo
Broncos. Buffalo is number 5.
5.
Buffalo
okay,
is
why
is
isn't
behind.
Detroit down there? Detroit losing both of their coordinators? I'm sick and tired of talking about the Lions as some sort of like darling team. They've choked. Josh Reynolds choked 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then Jared Goff choked this year. You absolutely choke. Why are we talking about that? Why, Zach Bye, get as offended as you like. Why are we talking about Buffalo? 5 AFC East titles. They choke. Yeah, the refs suck. Kansas City. Yeah, you're totally right. I totally agree with you. Did you hear Brandon Beane? Like, I thought he got the first down. Yeah, Brandon, we know. We know. But good teams beat bad refs, even if the refs are terrible and favoring the Chiefs. Or the NFL's rigged or the script is written. Like, yeah, whatever. I'm sick and tired of talking about Buffalo. Like, you haven't gotten it done. This league isn't about forever chances.
No.
Do you get forever chances? We're just talking about Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the NFL. Hasn't won a playoff game in 6 years. Hasn't won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl 43. Quick math. That's 16 years ago, man. 16 years ago. A lot was different back then.
If you had a kid the last time they won a Super Bowl, they're driving now.
Exactly.
Right? That's a pretty big difference.
Right. It's a big difference. So for me, I'm bumping the Broncos up that list. The Commanders will be there, and they need to themselves do more than just beat bad teams. We've gone over the record, and there is zero Jaden Daniels slander on this show because we know football, point blank period. But the Commanders, like the Broncos, beat up on a bunch of bad teams. Well, good. You did that. You're supposed to do that.
You're supposed to do that, yeah.
Right? But the Commanders have their quarterback. If you wanted to put the Broncos right there with them, I would not disagree with that whatsoever in terms of the next teams. We're running a promo. I regularly get mad at our promos, mainly because I don't hear me enough. Sorry, Richie.
That's what we all want, is us in the
exactly.
promos.
At least I hear you, so I'm like, I'm good. Well,
I want you in it, too.
I'm good, right? You said my name in the last one. Say my name. Brandon Stokely, running around in the Mile High City. He's talking about, like, oh, it's not next year, but in a couple, be stoked. This isn't Super Bowl 35, brah, okay? And I just called him brah. This isn't the back in the day where it's like, it takes some time. You can get there now. You can get there right now. This draft is set up so that it's great tight end class. It's a great running back class. Wouldn't it be kind of fitting if they won Super Bowl 50 and then they won Super Bowl 60?
Oh, I like that a lot.
10 years of hell. 9 years mainly.
Yeah.
But if they were just to do like that, and I think it's wrong-headed of Stoke to say, well, they're not going to be a Super Bowl team next year. How do you know that? How do you know that?
Yeah, free agency hasn't happened.
Why are we talking about Buffalo? Why are we talking about Detroit? These guys just choke all the time. Hey, you know those guys that choke, they're going to stop choking. Chargers. Why are the Chargers on that list? I know Matthew Stafford's going to continue playing.
Freaking Texans are ahead of the Broncos.
Right. And how's that happen?
Right.
I know that they got a game, but they also got a game, because they came out with kind of swinging their sword, guns blazing, whatever you want to say. The Broncos can do just that. So are the Broncos maybe a year away? Okay, sure. But I'm also not going to be wrong-headed in my thinking of, no, they can be a Super Bowl team next year. They can be in the Super Bowl next year. You get free agency, right? You get Chris Godwin, you get Ashton Genty, and you get...
Insert the tight end you like.
Harold Fannin.
Yeah.
Right? Get the tight end that you like. Luke Lachey in the 5th round. You've got some nice pieces around a quarterback that is a franchise guy.
I did some more tight end homework in our next segment at 12:30.
Yeah.
I think I found the second tight end that we were talking about yesterday. Do that at 12:30.
Okay.
I'm actually going through, and again, if you're just joining us, it's the CBS list of the 12 playoff teams that aren't in the Super Bowl who have the best chance to get to the Super Bowl next year. I actually only have 3 teams on my list, my personal list.
That are above
the Broncos. And then the other ones are just, they're fun conversations.
Okay,
Like, all right,
right.
do you put them over? Do you put them right next to? Do you put them below? Like, what would it be?
Okay.
The 3 teams that I would say right now, today, they have a better shot at being in Super Bowl 60 than the Denver Broncos. It's the Ravens.
Okay.
It's the Commanders.
Okay.
And you're not going to like this one, but for me, it is the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
You still put them
let me
at the
ask
top
you
tier.
this, and I'm going to ask you this with a very, just a straight face,
Sure.
like a dead honest question. When's Lamar not going to choke? When's Josh Allen not going to choke?
It's a fair question.
Let's have this conversation because I should agree with you, right? And I'm not doing this for radio purposes. Like I got to disagree with Dover. I'm not doing that. But I just go like, look, the next big game Lamar Jackson wins will be the first big game. And Josh Allen, I'm sorry, we'd have to have the Chiefs not in his way. Is that what we do? Like next year, because Travis Kelce retires, because he's totally going to retire. Like next year, there's no Kelce and no Chris Jones, and now the Chiefs aren't in the way. Does that what we have to do? We just got to open up the lanes. You know the Pittsburgh Steelers, by the way, never went through the New England Patriots.
I did not know
They
that.
never went through Tom Brady. Brady was always brushed away, sometimes by the Denver Broncos. So that team, when they got their Super Bowls, 40 and 43,
They never got over the real hump.
they didn't get past the team that was the team.
Yeah.
So is that what you have to do for Josh Allen? Is that why they're on your list? So I should agree with your list. Yes, Baltimore, yes. And I respect Baltimore. I got a lot of sports hate for them, but I respect them. But I also just look and go, what have they done in the playoffs? Oh, nothing?
And look,
When's that going to change?
I get what you're saying, and they don't.
I love Lamar Jackson. When's he going to win a big game?
Neither of those quarterbacks, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, get benefit of the doubt anymore. But you know what it really is? One, I still believe, we're high on Bo. There's not another show in the state higher on Bo than we were and have been. But as high as I am on Bo, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are better quarterbacks right now than Bo is, and they have a better team around them than Bo does. Sean Payton's a better coach than Sean McDermott. I don't know that I can say that about John Harbaugh and Sean Payton, but he certainly has the leg up there. But that's why I lean is the quarterback play. And then almost the same thing for Washington. Jaden Daniels is better right now. That gap's not as big as people think that it is,
right.
But he also has more talent around him, a running game, and a coach that's down to use the running back.
Yeah, the coach that won't forget about the running back, and he's got the right fit.
And like you said, that can all change. We haven't got to free agency or the draft yet.
Right.
That can change. And I hate that I have to do it, but I'm giving Sean, once again, benefit of the doubt that you find a running back you trust, you'll utilize that running back. Not 20 carries a game, but touches. We can talk about that.
John Harbaugh is better than Sean Payton currently.
Okay.
However, should Drew Brees have gotten more than one Super Bowl? And I know the refs. You want to talk about getting screwed over by the refs?
There's 2 that we know they
y'all
got screwed
crying.
over.
You out there, Buffalo Bills fans? Y'all crying, breaking tables, squirting ketchup on your tears, whatever. Do you know who's been screwed over by NFL officials more than anybody?
Sean Payton.
It's Sean Payton.
Yeah.
So don't give me that stuff. But if you look at it, you go, okay, John Harbaugh, yes. Sean McDermott, no way. And it comes down to quarterback and coach. Quarterback and coach. Josh Allen is excellent. I don't think he has a good head coach. John Harbaugh is excellent. I have questions about Lamar Jackson in big games. You can go out in the regular season. That's great. That's awesome. When it's crunch time, what can you do? What can you do? And for his entire career, and people are getting uncomfortable right now, but for his entire career, Lamar Jackson has done one thing, Reggie Miller.
Yeah, he's choked.
He's choked, right? You get to the big games.
And he's done it with multiple turnovers, which leads to more choke conversation.
And then you get King Henry, who's still amazing, and they still have a choke job? Like, why isn't Baltimore in the Super Bowl right now? Do you know how many people would be rooting for Baltimore right now? You know how many people would have turned into Ravens fans had they knocked out the Chiefs?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody would have loved to have seen it because you had all the ingredients. In football and in life, you're never going to get everything. That's what I said about Vance Joseph, right? Hey, VJ, what more do you need? You're never going to get everything. Baltimore kind of had everything. Zay Flowers was hurt, but you're never going to get everything.
You still have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely.
You still have Derrick Henry.
And Derrick Henry, yeah.
Here's 30 carries, Derrick.
Yeah.
Carry us to the playoffs, and thank you.
Yeah, so Broncos country, what would you say? CBS has them as 11th. Only better
Broncos
than the
are like
Pittsburgh Steelers.
3. They're right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think there are a handful of teams that were postseason participants